Hi guys, I really don't want the videos to be too long, so we're going to go through the special considerations page on Peer through the IEP. So the IEP is already open, we've already addressed all of the dates and everything, so now we're going to go through the special considerations. So when we talk about the behaviors and we're just answering them, sometimes I feel like we just go through these so quickly, or we don't really mention them because we already know and the parent already knows, but it's still just good to touch upon what everything is. So this is about behavior. Does it impede his or her learning or the learning of others? If the answer is yes, that's fine. Maybe the student has an FBA that was done and has a behavior plan. If they do, you would click yes, and then we would put the behavior plan under supplementary aids and services to ensure that everybody knows that we have them, just in case the first page goes missing or anything like that. It's in the services. So if we click no, we just want to say, hey, what are we doing in the classroom, or what are we doing as a school to address these behaviors? Then right here is the student, an ELL student or an ESOL student. We would say yes or no. And then here, if it is yes, what is the plan for the ELL student? Or the ESOL student. ESOL seems to be easier to say. So we would put this in there. Most of the time, I know I have my ESOL lead teacher there at the IEP meeting, so she can help us out with that, because we want to make sure that we capture what's going on in the school for that student. So here for number 6, we're saying, it's asking whether the student is visually impaired. So we either say yes or no. And then if we do say yes, we do need to provide, it is a resource for parents. It's the Florida Educational Opportunities for Students with Sensory Impairment. So that would be included in the sensory impairment. So we would have to give that to them, because parents need to be informed. And then we're answering, is the student blind or visually impaired? And then, are they being instructed in Braille? Yes or no. Communication needs? Yes or no. As if you're saying yes, that has to be addressed in those present levels. Really, for anything that's on here, if we're saying yes, it needs to be within the IEP of why it's yes. So same thing for if the student's deaf and hard of hearing. If they're not, you can skip to number 2. If not, again, you have to print out the Florida Educational Opportunities with for students with sensory impairments. And then you're just filling out this, and the DHH teacher will help you with this and figure out what they're doing for the student for their communication plan. So this next question here is, does the student need assistive technology or devices? If it's yes, we have to put it in the present levels and goals objectives. We have to put it in there somewhere and explain how and what type of assistive technology. Number 13 is the student able to participate in PE? So able to participate means if they did not have any intensive classes, are they able to participate in PE? If the answer is yes, then that would be yes. If it's not, we have to, again, just discuss it in the present levels. Why is the student not able to be in physical education? So number 14 here is describe the career or professional education, the CAPE programs or the digital tools or industry certifications that they might be seeking. They might be seeking some in high school, and you would just say, hey, they're enrolled in this class. If they're not, then they're not seeking anything at this time. It could just be that grade. It could just be, that semester, or even if they're doing something next semester, you would just put that in there. So 15 is, does the student require instruction or provision of information of self-determination or self-advocacy with the IEP meetings? So if they're having issues or if they just need extra assistance, then you would say yes. And then you would put in, how is it going to be addressed? Are we addressing it through goals? Or are we addressing it through monitoring? Or are we addressing it through class? So then right here is describe how the student is being prepared to graduate with a standard diploma, and how the parents have been informed of the standard diploma options. So we, as team, we talk about graduation when they turn 14, or within the IEP where they turn 14, and kind of discuss that. It doesn't mean that they're locked into 24 credit option. It just means that this is where we start discussing it, and we can always look through or provide the information for the transition. In that transition folder, there's a couple of graduation requirement information that's in there that we can go get. And this right here is for when they're 14 or over, and we just go through what they're going for. And normally we really do want to try to get the student to graduate with that 24 credit option, and that can change throughout every year. Or if they're on access points, it would be that special diploma. And then if they're going for a designee or not, again, it's more towards high school that you are going to look for that. And then if their graduation option has changed. So if it changed from the year prior, that's when you would say yes, it was changed. And then we go from there.